think students today give up so easily because their parents, and from the day they're born, they're scared of failure. And they don't know what failure is, and so the second they see it, they don't know what to do with it. Instead of, not winning the soccer game, they call it a tie, or they give everybody a trophy. And they just don't know how to accept, I didn't do my best and I need to do better. They've always been told, you've done your best.
I think children give up easily because of, it's just today's culture in which they weren't, given like strong work ethic. A lot of kids watch.
Okay. Do you see a difference in how we expect students to push through a problem with the implementation of the new Common Core standards? I don't, and I think that it has to do with the way that they're still being assessed the same way, and I think that they're aware that they're still being assessed the same way. I see students push through on projects when they have to use problem solving and they have to use multiple skills and they get to be creative and they get to be unique. But on multiple choice problems where they don't get to be creative and use their own interpretation, I see them giving up.
So this year with the implementation of Common Core, our students have had difficulties with meeting some of the new standards because they haven't been used to them. One thing that has helped our students this year is modeling our expectations for those given assignments. So I have noticed that for the most part our students have not really given up as easily as long as the expectations have been clearly defined for them and modeled. And one thing that I've really noticed about our standards is when you really sit down with the students in a small group and talk it through, the students really do adapt to the standards and are able to use those strategies that we teach them.
I think some students give up quickly because either it's habitual or maybe because they are encountering questions in the classroom and they get frustrated and they don't know how to vocalize their questions to ask for help.
I think that one reason that students have trouble persevering through problems is it's really easy in math to have questions be really fact-based and skill-based, and so if teachers have continually given kids questions through elementary school and middle school that are just fact and skill-based, like a 50-problem multiplication worksheet, they never develop the experience with longer problems, and so when they face that in middle and high school, they have trouble. So I think
a lot of the students that we teach now are used to the answers being easier, having the answers given to them. The new Common Core standards ask students to find the answers on their own a lot more and to do multi-step problems a lot more without so much teacher assistance, which I think right now is really hard for them. Just assistance from me. I definitely think with the new Common Core standards we'll see kids that are coming up being able to persevere a lot better than the students that we teach now.
One of my frustrations with student perseverance is I think the lack of skills that students have when they get stuck on something to figure out what to do next. If the one way that they know doesn't work, that kind of puts a stop to everything. I think a lot of this comes from technology and the idea that an answer is going to come to you immediately and quickly and it's going to be right. So if you have to try and push past any of those different steps, they get stuck and don't know what to do with themselves.
I think it's frustrating as a teacher to see one of my students give up without even really thinking about it and without even trying to pull forward some of the things that they know. I see a lot of my students just giving up even though they're absolutely gifted and brilliant students because they don't automatically have the answer put right in front of them.
Go put more details on what you're explaining.
Okay, teacher can put more details into the explanation. Why do you think kids give up so easily?
Because it gets too hard, they just don't have a lot of self-esteem by themselves eventually.
Why kids give up so easily is because they don't really, if they don't know the answer, they're just going to say, oh, well, I don't know it, and if I don't know it, I'm not going to get it right. So instead of giving up so easily, you should at least, put your best foot forward and, try to give the best educated guess you can possibly give.
I guess kids give up on problems so easily is that they don't really have enough motivation to do it. Well, and if they have no motivation, then there's much you can do about that. If it's just that they don't want to solve it because it's too hard, maybe just help them out, give them some tips and stuff.